Hello everybody, Loads here for Life here, bringing us a brand new video, and today we have the reveal of the Doremichord, the final archetype from Ancient Guardians, which I think that's what it's called at least, and this is the Pendulum deck that Konami has been hyping up. I have been looking forward to this quite a bit, because as you guys know, I love Pendulums. They're by far one of, if not my all-time favorite summoning mechanic. And I really love them. I have not read any of these cards except for the boss monster, who was actually like revealed a few days ago, and now they're revealing the rest of the archetype. This is the boss monster here, and I'm really curious about the archetype. It's a magical girl archetype, and it just looks really cute. Like, look at this artwork. It's adorable. It's so cute. So let's check it out. So first up, we got a level 1, and I'll say this now, I hate level 1 pendulums because you typically cannot pendulum summon them. This is level 1 Doremichord Cutia, level 1 Earth Fairy Pendulum Effect Monster, 100 attack, 400 defense, pendulum scale of 8. Pendulum effect, your Doremichord monster, pendulum monsters, pendulum summons cannot be negated. That is really handy. I like that right off the bat. Monster effect. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. If this card is normal or spell summon, you can add one Doremichord Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, except a copy of herself. That's really cool. We got the starter. I just wish it was on anything except a level 1, because once she goes in that Pendulum, I mean the extra deck, you're going to have to use something to put her back in the deck or add her to your hand, which there are of course cards to do that. There's a Pendulum, Paradox, and Pot of Riches, I think is what it's called, and those two will help out with getting her back in the deck or back to your hand, so that then you can, you know, reuse her multiple times to be able to get the, you know, normal summon search, because you're not going to be pendulum summoning her, that's for sure. If you have an even number pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, Doremichord pendulum monsters you control gain 100 attack times the pendulum scale total you control. So if you have an even number pendulum scale, oh wow, so if you like have 2 8 scales in your pendulum zones, they jack up by like 1600 attack. That can be pretty beefy. That'd make her a 1700 right off the bat. I don't think that's going to happen too much. God, if you have a scale 12 in there, that's going to be even more insane. But really interesting pendulum effect there. Well, monster effect. I like having attack buffs for weaker monsters, and I like getting to search on summons, so that's good. Good. Next up we got Red Doremichord Dreamia. Level 2 Wind Fairy Effect Monster. 600 attack, 400 defense, scale 7. Pendulum effect, your Doremichord Pendulum monsters pendulum summons cannot be negated. Again, the same effect as the first one. Interesting. So let's see here. First, you can only use her first effect once a turn. If there's a Doremichord card in your pendulum zone, you can spell summon this card from your hand. Cool, makes for easy link plays and stuff. If you have an odd number pendulum scale in your pendulum zone and a Doremichord pendulum monster card you control would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead of one of those cards. So we got protection for the boss monster, and of course your other cards that you might want to keep protected from anything that your opponent's going to be throwing at you. I like that. Again, cute artwork too. Like, it seems like Doremichord is like the main one, and then she, I guess, turns into the others. Like, depending on all this stuff. Like, it kind of reminds me of Nirvana. And no one's gonna know what I'm referencing. Nirvana is a really good but super underrated magical girl isekai manga, and I love it. But oh wow, yeah, that looks like her, yeah, but she's just changing based on, oh wait, no, there's the pink. Okay, so I don't know, like, this is she just turning into everybody else? I don't know. Anyways, cute idea. I like it. Cute artwork. Everything's cute. Cute. Next up we got Doremichord Lydia, level 3 Water Fairy Pendulum Effect Monster. Are we just gonna go up all the, yeah, we're just gonna go up all the levels. Okay, cool. And then their scales go down as their levels go up. Interesting. I like that. No pendulums, no pendulum scale 0 though. That is annoying, but that's interesting. As their levels go up, their pendulum scales go down. That is interesting. I like that. I kind of was hoping that this would be the archetype to finally have 2 different pendulum scales, depending on what scale you have it in. So like a 2 and then a 3 over here or something. I don't know. Would have been interesting, but I like this idea as well. So, Doremichord Elidia, same pendulum effect, scale 6, 1100 attack, defense 400. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. And it's, okay, so let's see here. First effect, monster effect, you can only use this card's name first effect once per turn. If this card is normal or spell summon, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls. Return it to the hand. That's pretty good. Not the greatest thing in the world. I would prefer it to destroy, but you know, you got cards out there. A lot of spells and traps have graveyard effects nowadays. So, you know, not letting them get those is kind of good too, but destruction is usually better. If you have an even number pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, you take no battle damage from battles involving Doremichord. Pendulum monsters you control, that's pretty good. Not the worst thing in the world, not the greatest thing in the world. This card's probably like the worst one so far, which is kind of sad. I wish they'd have different pendulum effects, but no, they're just going to have just, your opponent can't negate them. And sure enough, the next one is the same thing. Doremichord Francia, level 4 fire, pendulum effect monster. Let's see here, 1600 attack, defense 400. Are they all defense 400? I just thought about that. 400, 400. They all have the same defense. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, so pendulum scale 5, same pendulum effect. You can only use her first effect, monster effect, once per turn. And during your main phase, you can take one Doremichord Pendulum monster from your deck, accept a copy of herself, and place it face up in the extract. See, if this was pre-Master Roll 4, I'd be all for this, but like, with current rolls, this is not particularly great, because I mean, sure, you can put like your boss monster in the pendulum, I mean, in the extract, but like, this isn't. I'd much rather add it to my hand or special summon it, but no, we're just gonna put it in the extract where it has to be summoned into the extra monster zone. Which, by the way, this deck does not have an extract boss monster. It does not have a link. It does not have a link. I hate that already. I can already tell I'm gonna hate that. So anyways, yeah, we got that. If you have an odd numbered pendulum scale in your pendulum zone and a Doremichord pendulum monster you control destroyed battle, you can destroy this card instead. Okay, so that's the same thing basically as the other one, but only by battle, not as good. I guess that's supposed to make up for having a technically better first effect, but god, I don't like that. This girl looks so much like a Grand Blue Fantasy character, and I don't know her name. And I'm sorry if you can hear people talking. Everybody is home today due to the snow, so my aunt is working in the other room. Anyways, so Doremichord Gracia, level 5 Water Fairy Pendulum Effect Monster, 2100 attack, 1400 defense, scale 4. When you pendulum summon Pendulum Effect, when you pendulum summon a Doremichord Pendulum monsters, your opponent cannot activate monster spell or trap card effects. Okay, well, it's monster effects or spell or trap cards. That's good. It's basically the same thing as the others. And let me guess, all the high scales, yeah, all the high scales have the exact same pendulum effect, just like all the low scales. I mean, all the low levels have the same pendulum effect. That is annoying. Okay, so anyways, monster effect. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. If this card has one more spell summon, you can add a Doremichord spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good. Gets you your spells and traps. You're gonna have to hopefully hope that they're good. Second effect, if you have an even numbered pendulum scale in your pendulum zone and your Doremichord pendulum monster attacks, your opponent can activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. That's pretty neat. Basically turns everybody into Armades, but only for monsters. I like it. Next up, we got Doremichord Angelia. Scale level 6 fire pendulum effect monster, attack 2300, defense 1400, scale 3, same pendulum effect as the other one. Monster effect, you can only use this card's first effect once per turn. During your main phase, you contribute one Doremichord Pendulum monster, and if you do, special summon one Doremichord Pendulum monster if a pendulum scale is 2 higher or lower than the attributed monsters from your deck, except a copy of herself. That is really, really good. And then, as our second effect, if you have an odd numbered pendulum scale in your pendulum zone and your Doremichord Pendulum monster attacks, Your opponent can activate spells or traps until the end of his turn. So that's basically just adding on to Gracia as well. This is interesting. I like this first effect. Getting to tribute out any of them for another one is really, really nice. Can get out the boss monster, can get out the other ones. Really, really nice. Next up we got Doremichord Beautia. Level 7, Earth Fairy Pendulum Effect Monster. 2500 attack, 2400 defense, scale 2. Pendulum effect, when you pendulum something, yeah, standard. Okay, so monster effect. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. Quick effect, as a quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls during this turn. If that card would leave the field, banish it. And then if you have an even numbered pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, you can target one face-up spell and trap card your opponent controls instead. Okay, so that's not like the greatest thing ever in the world, where you can target spells and traps your opponent controls that have to be face up. But being able to target your opponent's effect monster is really nice. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. So, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so your opponent activates, like, I don't know, Metal Foes Fusion, okay? You chain this, targeting the Metal Foes Fusion because it's face up in the spell and trap card zone. And then, oh, instead of leaving the field, going to the graveyard, it gets banished. That is mean. Okay, so this does have application. That can target Stall Fusion, Metal Foes Fusion, other cards that your opponent definitely does not want to get banished. So that is mean. The main thing, though, is, of course, getting rid of your opponent's monsters. And so, oh, hey, your opponent's about to go for, like, a Solomon Great Link Blade. Okay, target their Bale Links, and instead of going to graveyard, it's going to get banished. I like it. This card's pretty good. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, when discard battles a monster if an attack that is equal to or higher than the lowest pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, times 300... Wait. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, when this card battles a monster of an attack that is equal to or higher than the lowest pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, times 300, you can destroy that monster. Okay. I get it. Okay, so like a scale 2 times 300, 600. Okay, I get it. Okay. So basically it can destroy anything that's going to have a decent amount of attack points. So that's pretty interesting, but if you got a scale 8 in your pendulum zone, it's going to be 8 times 300, which would be 2400, so I want to be able to destroy anything 2400 or higher. You know, not the greatest thing in the world, but still interesting. I like it. I wish it was some, like, not like everybody else gives a blanket effect for everybody. This only affects this itself. I wish this was for everybody, not just for her. Then we got the boss monster, Doremichord Beautia. Guess she's cool, get it? Level 8 Wind Fairy, a Pendulum Effect monster, 2700 attack, 2500 defense, scale 1. When you pendulum summon, your opponent can activate monster spell trap cards, yada yada yada. You can only use this card's name's second and third effects once per turn. First effect, you can tribute this card. You can spell summon this card from your hand by tributing 2 pendulum monsters. That just gives you another way of summoning her if you can't pendulum summon. I don't like it. I wish it was like you can tribute 1 and special summon her, you know, so you don't just go through everything in your hand. God. You can target one face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of your opponent's turn. If you have an odd number pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, you can target 2 cards instead. I really wish this was a quick effect, but hey, giving it a just until the end of your opponent's turn is pretty mean. And then when the effect of a monster on the field with attack less than or equal to the scale to 300 times the highest pendulum scale in your pendulum zone is activated, quick effect, you can destroy that monster. Does not negate though, but it does destroy that monster, which can be just as devastating sometimes. But still, if your opponent summons Stratos and tries to search, you're just destroying the Stratos and not getting to disrupt the search and destroy the Stratos. So I'm very, very mixed on this deck so far. It feels like this deck would have been fine in pre-Master Rule 4, but after Master Rule 4, this deck is just not doing it for me right now. I love the art style, and I didn't realize it until I really thought about what a lot of my favorite anime are, but I really do like the magical girl genre. And so this is like just appealing to me in every way possible, except for the actual playstyle of the deck. I don't know, maybe it'll click whenever I actually get to play the deck, but we'll have to wait and see. So, normal spell card, Doremichord Scale. Cool artwork again, cute. Okay, so she is definitely not turning into everybody else because there's There is the boss monster there, and she's there. Okay. Normal spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Apply these effects in sequence according to the number of Doremichord Pendulum monster cards you control with different names. 3 or more. Return one card from your Pendulum Zone to the hand, and if you do, place one. So Pendulum monster cards you control with different. Okay, so 3 or more. Return one card from your Pendulum Zone to the hand, and if you do, place one Doremichord Pendulum monster from your face-up extract to your Pendulum Zone. 5 or more. Special summon one Doremichord Pendulum monster from your hand. 7 or more. Destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. So this card can get devastating over time, but I'm also running. It just feels like it's going to take too long to really rack up. So Pendulum monster cards you control with different names. So assuming you have your whole face up, your whole field clogged up. You have 6 monsters on field, and then you have your 2 Pendulum cards. But then it says monsters. So will your Pendulums and your Pendulum Zones count? Because they're Pendulum spells, not Pendulum monsters whenever they're in the Pendulum Zone. So how would you get 7? Because you can't, do the extra linking. And even if you could, extra linking's not that great anymore. So I don't know. This card is interesting. This can get devastating. This is like a better Ojama Delta Hurricane, but at the same time, I feel like Ojama Delta Hurricane's a bit better. God, my mouth doesn't. My throat does not want to clear up, and it's driving me nuts. Doremichord Harmonia, the field spell. Okay, so maybe she is turning into everybody else. Well, at least everybody except for the boss monster, because got all the different little sprites, and then she's like doing the music. She's like the conductor. That's still interesting. Anyway, so select and activate one of these effects. You can only select these effects of Doremichord Harmonia once per turn. And you can add one Doremichord Pendulum monster from your face-up extract to your hand. I like that. I like that a lot. Have one Doremichord card in your Pendulum Zone gains Pendulum skills equal to its level until the end of this turn. That is really, really handy. If you control 3 or more Doremichord Pendulum monster cards with different names that have odd number Pendulum skills, or that have even number Pendulum skills, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. So I feel like this effect is going to be the least used. This effect could be very handy for certain times, and then this is the main effect here, because that gives the archetype an in-archetype way of getting your dudes, or I guess ladies, out of the extra deck. This is really, 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 really handy, and I like it. I wish it had an on-activation effect, like, oh, activated, search out a monster. But still being able to recur your monsters from your extra deck to your hand is incredibly helpful. And then, of course, being able to manipulate your scales is also really helpful. I wish... Oh, okay, so you can get all 3 effects. Okay, so I misread it. So I thought you could only get 1 effect a turn. But, however, you can get each effect each turn. So you can add a dude from your extract to your hand, and then you can change the scales. This is really, really good, actually. This is really, really good, actually. It's like you're conducting the play. I like it. Okay, this is cool. I like it. Next up, we got a trap card, Doremichord Musica. Another really interesting artwork here. I like it. I love the artwork. You can only activate 1 card to discard's name per turn. Select and activate one of these effects. Select one of these effects to activate based on the Pendulum scale of Doremichord Pendulum monster cards you control. Odd number, special summon 1 Doremichord Pendulum monster with an odd number Pendulum scale from your face-up extract. Even number, do the same but for even number monsters. Both, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. I really wish this was banished, but okay. So you get to activate one of these based on the Pendulum scale Doremichord Pendulum monster cards you control. This is pretty interesting. It's not the greatest thing in the world. I really wish it had a bit more of an oomph or payoff, but I like it. Doremichord Formal, counter trap card. You can only activate 1 card of this card's name per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect or a spell trap card effect, and you control a Doremichord card in your Pendulum Zone, shuffle 1 Pendulum monster from your face-up extract into the deck and apply these effects. Pendulum monsters you control are unaffected by that opponent's effect. Cards in your Pendulum Zones, go away Epic Game Store. Pendulum monsters you control are unaffected by that opponent's effect. Cards in your Pendulum Zones cannot be destroyed by that opponent's effect. Cards in your Pendulum Zones cannot be banished by that opponent's effect. This is like, hey, you know, all the weaknesses of pendulums, we're just gonna say no. I like that. This is really, really, really good. I wish it negated the effect, but it effectively does, because it makes it to where your cards are unaffected. So if your opponent tries to like heavy storm you, or I guess Harpy's Feather Duster you, you chain this, and then oh, your monsters are unaffected, your spells are unaffected, and that is, I like that. I like that. This is good. I don't know if it's going to be played as a 3-0, but it's definitely really good. Oh, and then Wavering Eyes is getting a reprint. Not that that matters, because Wavering Eyes hasn't been good in years. I feel like I got to play this deck to make it click. It's very interesting, but I also feel like it doesn't play around the restrictions on pendulums enough. It definitely does in terms of it being more focused on the monsters than the spells and traps, and that it doesn't really have any. But like, it doesn't have a link monster, which is annoying. Okay, so for links, you'd basically have to rely on, let's see here, Selene, Daybreaker, maybe Crowley if you want to play a Spellbook Engine in the deck, or let's see here, for pendulums you got Zephyr Metaltron. Electromine's banned, probably never going to come back, let's be honest. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's Linkle Bell. I don't know how to spell it. Bell. There it is, Linker Bell. Linker Bell. Okay, they changed it to Linker Bell. Yeah, that's there's not very many good options, and this deck can't really capitalize on that, which means if you don't get your monsters out of your pendulum zones, like for instance using Harmonia or Formal, sorry, did I say pendulum zones? I meant extract. So unless you use Formal, Harmonia, and then as I mentioned, Pot of Riches is another big one, and then also of course Pendulum Paradox. I can't spell Paradox. Is another card, but it has to have the same. Oh wait, no, you can't use Paradox. Oh my god, I forgot. So I had two face-up pendulum monsters with the same pendulum skill but different names. These, none of them have the same skill, which means you would have to grab them and another monster that you're playing, like a Luster Pendulum or something, for grabbing, if you want to grab a skill 4 like Gracia. That, oh my god, that is, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. That's so much worse now. So your other option is, no, Amazing Pendulum won't work. That's for Magician Pendulums. You have no other options. It's literally just Pot of Riches then, isn't it? I can't think of any other cards that get them out of the extract other than, oh my god. So your only options are Formal, the Counter Trap, Harmonia, the Field Spell. I don't like that. I do not like that. Oh my god. That is not good. That is... I'm worried about this deck. This deck is probably going to end up being the worst of the three. Well, actually no, I don't know. Ursardic aren't very impressive. They got to go through too many resources to do anything. So I don't know, man. I want this deck to be good. That's the thing. I want more good Pendulum decks. I know I'm in a minority with that. A lot of people want Pendulums just to be forgotten about and never supported again. I don't understand the hatred for them. One of these days I'm going to get around to making that video talking about it, but I gotta get motivated to do stuff again. So this is God, I am very mixed on this. What do you guys think about the Doremichords? I am very mixed. I feel like I gotta play the deck in order for it to click for me, but right now first impressions are not particularly great. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. Have a good day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. See y'all later. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and peace out. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you and have a great day.